What if I told you right now that there's a once-in-a-generation opportunity to build a business that can net you millions of dollars and allow you to achieve complete financial and location freedom? That opportunity is happening right now. Both AI and e-com sales are exponentially growing year over year, and there really is no sign of it slowing down. If you're able to get in on this advancement early on and essentially merge the two together, you're gonna make some life-changing money. Branded dropshipping mixed with AI is the future of online business, and the barrier to entry is now lower than ever. And if it sounds too good to be true, I felt the exact same way. I was working my boring 9-to-5 job in supply chain, and I knew that there was no way I could sit in a cubicle for 40 plus years. I am no smarter than you. I didn't have any skills in e-com at the time. All I did was take advantage of the opportunity that was presented to me. And now I run multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses from anywhere in the world, all just using my laptop. I've been in this space for quite some time now, and I've never seen this easy of an entry point to get into e-commerce and dropshipping. The advancement of the tech and softwares is really making the playing field even level. So if you're ready to take advantage of this once-in-a-generation opportunity, it's time to pay close attention, take some notes, and make sure that you're following along. Let me walk you through exactly what you need to do to build a branded dropshipping business using AI. All right, so the first AI software that we're going to be using is called Storebuild.ai. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can build it out with me. What this AI does is builds you a free custom store in under 5 minutes on a premium theme. It also loads winning products onto it for you and links your supplier. What we're going to do first is go onto this landing page and pick the niche that we want our store to be built in. I'm going to pick sports and then click on build my free store. Now you need to enter the email that you want to use to get your store built on. You have to remember, if you're going to use this software, you have to use a new Shopify email. Shopify won't allow you to connect the store builder to an existing email account with Shopify, which isn't really a big deal, but you just have to use a different email that you haven't used on Shopify before. So enter that in and then click on create my free account. Now we get to pick a banner that we want to use for our store. You can change all of this later on. It doesn't matter that much, but I'm going to pick green for this one. Now we get to pick a banner that is going to be used on our website. So we're going to go with the first one here and then scroll down and click on next Shopify account. So now we got to claim our store. So we'll click on that button. Now the next thing that we have to do is sign up for our Shopify account to be able to link the premium store onto our Shopify account. So we're just going to click on register on Shopify. Now you have to sign up using that same email that you've used for the store builder. So the discount that Shopify is running is really nice because you're only spending $3 over 3 months for a premium Shopify plan. And you also get 3 days of a free trial as well, just to set up your store. So we'll click on start free trial once you plug in your email. Now we got to create our account. So type in a password that you want to use for Shopify. Shopify asks you this questionnaire, but you don't really have to do this. So I don't really need help setting up. So I'm gonna skip that. Now we have to choose the plan that we want to be using. So there's basic, Shopify, and advanced. I recommend going with the basic. It's the cheapest. It's also really all that you need, especially in the beginning. Later on, when you do scale up your store, you might want to move over to Shopify or advanced because you get better rates on credit card processing. But in the beginning, we don't need this. We're just gonna use the basic one. Now I got to put it in our credit card for our Shopify plan. And remember, it's only $1 after the first 3 days, and then you get that $1 a month for 3 months. So that's just a heads up there. Then we'll hit subscribe. Now you need to plug in your business address. You can actually add this later if you want. And if you don't have a business address or an LLC or something like that, it doesn't really matter. You can use your personal address here, which if you're just starting off is what I kind of recommend that you do. It's just the easiest. And then later on, you can get a virtual mailing address or a business address if you need that. All right, so now we're on the back end of our Shopify store. So what we want to do next is go back onto that store building tab. We've done all of these steps already. We registered, so we'll hit next. And then it says make sure you've activated the plan because you can't transfer a premium theme onto it unless you already subscribe to a Shopify plan. Make sure that you did that first. Click I have activated it. Now we need to link our Shopify store onto this store builder. So what we need to do is grab the URL of our Shopify store that we just created. Going back onto the Shopify tab, just go up to the top in the address bar and hit copy. And we'll just paste it in on this slot, hit save. Now we see our Shopify store has been saved. Please click on next. Now we have to install the store building app, which is powered by Zendrop. So what we have to do is install the Zendrop app onto our store so it has access to upload that premium theme. So click on activate Zendrop and it's going to open up the Shopify app store. All right, so it takes you to this page and you see Zendrop drop shipping in print on demand. Now we're on the Shopify app store and we're just going to hit install. Now we're allowing it to install onto our Shopify backend. So we're just going to click install again. So now we have to approve the subscription subscription for Zendrop. In the app spending limit, I know it says here it's gonna be $79 per 30 days. This is not true. That is the maximum amount that Zendrop will charge you if you use every single premium feature that they have on Zendrop, but the store is being built on the basic Zendrop plan, so this does not even apply to you. Shopify is just telling you that that is the maximum that they have for their plan pricing. Now just go ahead and hit approve. Now once we have this installed, go back onto the store building website and then click on next store build. Now that the Zendrop app is added onto our store, we click on the next step on the store building website. Now it says your dream store is just minutes away. Click on go live. Now the AI is publishing it and it can take up to 1 minute. Now it's done. It's saying congrats. What we need to do now is remove the password on our store to make it customer facing. So that doesn't mean your backend password or anything like that. It just means when people go onto your website, they can now actually view it instead of it being behind a password wall. So we'll click on this button to access and publish. You can see here your online store is password protected. Now to remove this password, all you do is click remove password. Now our store is opened up so anyone can type in our address and view our website. Now going back onto the store builder, we're going to click on next because we just finished that. And now it's done building our store. And there's also some freebies that you can take advantage of at the end here. So you can join the mentorship program that's completely free. We do 3 live coaching calls a week, full Shopify course in there, pretty much everything that you need to get started. You can also get $1,000 in free TikTok ad credits and an exclusive trial with Creative OS. So if you want to take advantage of any of those, I recommend grabbing them now. All right, so let's take a look at our store real quick just to make sure the theme uploaded correctly, even though we're going to be changing the landing page and also the product that we're going to be using today. Looks like everything uploaded correctly, put some products there for us, but most importantly, the theme of the website is uploaded. So that is good to go. Now that that's done, let's move on to one of the most important things that you need to do to build out your branded store. All right, so now that we have our store and our theme uploaded onto our website, the first thing that we're going to do to replicate the entire brand on our own, and arguably one of the more important elements you need to have a high quality version of on your website, which is your landing page. I see so many people start a dropshipping store or an e-commerce brand, and then they show me their landing page and it looks like this. The product images are blurry. It doesn't make sense. The spacing's weird. It's super just ugly and very basic. And then you expect people to go on this website and put in their credit card. I don't think that's going to happen at all. It looks really scammy. It looks fake and people know it's either dropshipping or they just don't trust it in general. So if we want to replicate Remoa and we want to start a dropshipping company, but we want to make it extremely branded and feel just as high quality as Remoa, we're definitely going to be using them for inspiration here. So their landing pages are super clean, very minimalistic, and it just flows out really, really nicely. We're going to use this for inspiration, but I'm going to put a modern twist on it and have the landing page look even better, in my opinion, than Remoa's. Because after all, we are a brand new brand. We're more modern and we're trying to compete with Remoa in terms of the quality of the luggage, but we want to reach that younger audience and also at a cheaper price point, which is where we're going to bring in the heavy hitters in the software, tech, and AI type of space to be able to do this. And if you don't have any design skills or landing page building skills, you don't have to have any of those at all to be able to create a high quality landing page. What is really crucial to use in today's day and age to build this type of landing page is a page builder. I'm going to be using Replo to build out our landing page today. I'm not sponsored by them. I just feel comfortable on their platform, but there are a bunch of different alternatives out there that you can use. There's Pagefly, there's Instant, but we're just going to go with Replo. What these page builders do is essentially allow you to build out really converting landing pages with no coding experience or design experience at all. It's really just plug and play and copy and paste in all of their designs that are preset for you. If you're following along and you're doing this to build your own brand right now, we're covering everything step by step. So I definitely recommend you sign up for Replo. It's completely free to set up and connect to your store. It's just once you want to publish that landing page, you do have to purchase Replo. But if you just want to try it out, build out the page, see how it looks before you make that decision, I would definitely go ahead and do so now. So you just sign up for free on their website and then you log into your Shopify account, essentially connecting it to Replo. And then you're going to land on the back end of Replo where we can do all of our designs. So once we have it connected, we're going to click on new Replo project. So we already connected our store, but if you didn't do that yet, you can do that here in the Shopify integration. So the project name is going to be the Weekender bag, just what we're calling it. It's going to be under my workspace, and we're going to use this website as an example. So we're going to click on create project. Now this takes you to the design page where you build out the landing page fully. And you can also see it on the mobile view as well as the desktop to make sure that everything looks good on both platforms. Now you can design the header and the footer on Replo, but we're not going to be doing that right now. We're just going to focus on the landing page and making it as high quality as possible, utilizing every tool that we have access to. So we're obviously going to take some inspiration from Remoa. So we want to have a product landing page that looks like this right when you sign on to the website. So the first thing we need to add is the product description. Now, clicking into the page section, we're just going to hit insert, and then we're going to grab the product detail. You can probably go with this one. So we just drag it in and drop it there. This is not the product that we're going to be working on, so you can switch this. And to do that, in the product detail section, when it's highlighted on the right side options here, there's design and there's config. You click on config and then you choose the product that you want to start working on. So we're choosing the weekender. Now it's populated in here. And the first thing that we want to do, or what I like to do, is build out the landing page first and then fill it all in with the information that we need. But again, we don't want to copy one-to-one. We want to make this our own. So what we're trying to do is replicate Remoa in the quality, in the style and kind of vibe, but we also want to have a modern approach to it. So we want to take some modern elements from a website like this, which is Chamberlain Coffee. I just like the way that this website flows and looks. It's a lot more modern and younger feeling, which is the target audience that we in theory want to advertise our product to. What I like about this one is right underneath it, we've got this with all the features and it just looks super, super clean. Whereas Remoa has this, but it's a little bit different. They show the features in a different way, and I just think it's kind of old school. So I'm going to go back into my Replo builder here, and we're going to place something right underneath it. I'm going to look in the benefits and features section and scroll down until I can find one of the templates that looks like the one I was talking about, which is this one right here. So I'm going to drag this in and drop it right below. That's going to populate here. Now below this, we can add maybe a ticker that's moving to kind of break up the page a little bit and add some movement onto the page to capture more attention of that younger audience, which naturally has a lower attention span nowadays. So in Replo, under insert, we're going to go to components. Then we're going to go down to interactive, and then we're going to choose the ticker, pop that in right there. And now the section below this, I want to have a kind of a strong image on the left side and some details on the right side, maybe listing out the features more or use cases of our product. So I'm going to go back into sections and we're going to check out some of these options that we have here. So I think I'm going to go with this one. So we're going to pop that in. And now I've got like this about us section that she has on her website, and then behind the brew, I don't think we really need that. It's not super relevant to Remoa or the luggage brand that we're making. So let's check out Remoa's and see what they have. They have related products, which we might want to add later on, but right now we're just doing a single landing page. So they have this kind of setup here with these icons with the lifetime guarantee and all that stuff. Let's kind of copy that and put that here right below this hero image. So I'm going to look in the guaranteed section of their templates, and I think I can find something that we'll need. Yep. So pretty much this exact one. We'll drag that in. And that's the last thing I'm going to put on this landing page, because below that, we're going to have the review section, which will just naturally be on our website because I want to use an app on Shopify for reviews rather than build it on a landing page builder. So we can just picture that the review section would be right here. So our structure and layout of our website is all set up. We just need to fill in all of this information and design it the way we want to make it have that premium feel. So what's really, really cool about landing page builders, instead of just working on Shopify, is that you can customize pretty much everything. So where Shopify lacks, a third-party builder like this really comes into play. A really great example of this is the title of the product is right here. But what if we wanted it on the right side? Shopify, most of the time, you don't have that option depending on your theme. On a Replo, I can go over to position and I can switch this up. I can say I want it to be left or center or on the right. And then by dragging this scroller, you can kind of put it wherever you want, essentially. You can do that for every single section on here. You can customize it completely how you want it to, which makes it so much easier than on Shopify where you're very, very limited. So let's start building this out. Let's say we have an image of our product that looks like this. It's not that quality. It doesn't look good on our website. We want something a little more crisp and just a little fresher overall. So we're going to be utilizing ChatGPT to do this, especially with their new update, which is absolutely insane. The image generation is so powerful. You really don't need a photographer anymore. You don't have to do a photo shoot. You can just prompt ChatGPT correctly. So what I'm going to do is drop in our product image, and now I'm going to prompt it to create a really solid one that we want to upload onto our website. Now what we can do if we want to add a modern twist, we don't want to take like such a simple looking background like Remoa has. It is really clean, but we want to put our own like spin on it. So I'm going to take inspiration from Bays here. I like the way that this image looks. I think it could look really nicely as the first product image. I'm actually going to save this image as well, go back onto ChatGPT and upload it with the original image of our product. So I already described that I wanted it to be 1080 by 1080, but now I need to prompt it to generate an image for me that takes inspiration from the one I just uploaded. So I'm just saying, please use the pink luggage image as inspiration. I want it placed on a background, possibly at an airport, but with no text on it. I don't want the trusted there. I want it to be super, super clean. All right, now it's done. It generated this perfectly for us, kind of what we were looking for. It looks super clean. You can always reprompt it if you want to change the background or anything like that, but we're going to go with this one. So I'm going to download this image and then I'm going to place it back into Replo. So to do that, I'll click on the image and then the image URL, click this button right here, change. ChatGPT's new updates are so powerful for image generation. It makes everything so much easier to build out on your website. It's pretty crazy. Now, before we switch up any of this section, let's go down and start building out the next section here. So we need a header, we need another image of our product, and then some features around this as well. So I'm personally not good at writing or creating copy. So what I like to use is Dropbot.ai to plug in my product and generate all the copy that I need and also the marketing ideation. So I'll just plug in the emphasis of my product, very high quality, durable, long lasting, lifetime guarantee, basically everything that Remoa is. And now what we can do now is configure what we actually need the outputs to be. So let's grab some marketing angles, problems that the product solves, skimmable headers for website. That's fine for now. We'll just hit generate. Now we have all of our outputs that we requested and we can explore further if we want to. So we want to turn heads at the airport. It'll give you more details. Then you can make it more professional, shorter, casual, longer, kind of whatever you want to have your brand kind of feel like. A great skimmable header that I like is where durability meets design. So we're going to take this one and go back onto Replo and then change the header. All right, so we plug this in. I think I'm going to make these all caps though, or maybe all lowercase with a period. That kind of looks clean. Now we need to fill out all of these and change some of the icons as well. So eco-conscious, not really relevant to our product. Go back over to Dropbot and I'm going to pull this and to use it as the lifetime warranty. So instead of eco-conscious, we're going to replace this with enjoy a lifetime of adventures without worry. So we're going to say lifetime warranty, and then we'll change this icon to like a little check mark with a person. Now we'll change this section. So we'll pull something else. So we're going to use the quality element to it. So let's just grab this one, copy it, paste that in there. We do need to center this. For some reason it didn't center. So we'll click on the alignment section, put it like that. And then I just realized that this needs to be capitalized. All right, so we're going to say durable aluminum chassis and then change the cloud. We're going to look for an icon that we can use here. I mean, you can obviously upload your own, but they have a bunch of different options. So we're going to use the tool. That makes sense. Now time saving, we need to change that one. Sleek in the modern look will turn heads while keeping your belongings safe. Let's copy that. All right, we're going to center this one again. And then what did we have here? Lifetime reliability, stylish years. I like that. Drop that right in there. That needs to delete. And then style, so maybe camera for like turning heads. That kind of makes sense. And now thoughtful design, we need to change as well. I kind of like imagine having luggage that won't quit on you. That's pretty good. So let's paste that there, delete that duplication. We're going to say adventure proof. And then we can actually just leave the smiley face there. That kind of makes sense. Now we've filled out all of this copy and we need to change the image here. Here I really just want to have a background removed image of the product. I kind of just think it's nice when it's floating in the middle here. I'm just gonna look up Remoa luggage PNG. So we're gonna save this one. And again, of course, you should be using this with your own product images that you can just generate with ChatGPT, by the way, but I'm just using Remoa's. All right, we'll click into this URL for the image. Let's change it and upload the one we just grabbed. All right, so we dropped it in. It's already looking pretty fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. That's a nice looking image floating with the shadow. Just looks pretty clean. It's already kind of coming along. Maybe I want to change this color to the gray to match this one. Yeah, I kind of think that looks nice. So we're gonna keep that gray there for now. We're gonna have to change the background of this later on, but let's keep moving on down here. So we need to repeat this scroll. So there's a bunch that you can change. We probably only need like 3. So I'm just gonna delete these real fast. Let's change these scrolls. We don't need that many, but we can just copy and paste them. All right, so the first one we can say where durability meets style. The next one we can say lifetime guarantee of adventures. Last one we can maybe say luggage that won't quit on you. All right, so let's just repeat these. We'll grab that, copy it, put it here, copy the next one, drop it in, copy it, all of those, and now we're good to go. This will scroll live, which I'll show you an example later on. Now moving on to the next section, we need to change this header. So I'm gonna go back onto Dropbot and then regenerate some new ones to see what kind of skimmable headers that I can come up with. Okay, so I like lifetime style, worry-free travel. That's a good one. Okay, put that in there. And then we kind of need a little bit more of a description for it. So I'll go back. I like this second half of it, actually. We're gonna copy that one. All right, lifetime style, worry-free travel, looks good. Now we need to upload an image here as well as change all of this. So what we're gonna do is go back onto ChatGPT and have it create something crazy for us. All right, so I'm gonna say, please take the product and generate an image of someone running through the airport with it and make it hyper realistic. So we'll see what it comes up with. While it's generating, let's just continue to work on the next section. Let's emphasize the quality of our luggage again. So never worry about broken zippers. I like that. We're gonna take this description and then we're just gonna put it in the top one there. Now instead of clean, we're gonna say built with the traveler in mind. And then maybe this one we could do a happy face. I'm gonna add in the emphasis, lots of compartments for things like laptops, so it can generate some of that copy for me too. Keeps items organized, many compartments, make it easy to find laptops and other essentials quickly. All right, we'll drop that in there. We're just gonna say compartmentalize, and then smile we'll change to, and just do a box for that one. Let's check on ChatGPT. This is not exactly what I wanted, so we're gonna have to redo this one. So what I'm gonna do is actually request it to make it 1080 by 1080p, and then we're only gonna do the second half of it down, so like the waist down, because it just looks AI generated if we have not a real person on there. So while that is cooking up, we're gonna go back over here and keep filling this out. All right, so I just added the last two in here, style that survives anything, and something that you'll need to put in your will, because the quality is so good that you're gonna pass it down for generations. All right, so ChatGPT finished rendering the image. We're gonna download it. It looks good enough. We can keep playing around with it and prompting it, but I think this one looks not too bad. Upload it once again into Replo, click on it, and it's gonna change. Boom, we are good to go. That section is done. And now that I'm looking at this, I think I might wanna change the border or the background color of this one to black here. And I think the text, we're gonna go with white. Yeah, I think that breaks up the page quite a bit more. So that's looking pretty good. Now the last section we have to change is just the lifetime stuff and the guarantees. So here we can add things like based in the United States to add a little bit of credibility. All right, so we updated it with based in the US, 24/7 customer service, and our satisfaction assurance. So that one will say, if your luggage doesn't impress you within 30 days, we'll replace it free of charge. All right, so now our website is looking pretty dang solid and pretty customized, and a lot more branded than a website like this. We can add other things up here, like buy one get one free, or some offers that you might have. If you wanted to do any of that, they're all in here. We could place an accordion, so with some more information about our website. This part right here is kind of up to you and what kind of offers that you're running, where you want to have the price placed and things like that. And now we can actually check out what it looks like on our website by clicking the preview section. Now you can see what it would look like on your website one-to-one, so everything transferred over properly. It's looking pretty good. All of the sections came out really nicely and they fit just kind of great on the page. You can obviously play around with these page builders and AI generators as much as you want to keep building out your website to be more and more converting and higher quality. Now that we have our store and our landing page built out, the next thing that we need to do is use AI to generate our ad creatives for us. All right, so what we're gonna do is feed ChatGPT with a bunch of different prompts and examples of ads that we wanna recreate. Why this is so crazy and so powerful is because static ads perform really well on Facebook and Instagram, and they're also great ways to test out your product and your marketing angles with that product. And it's so nice nowadays because you don't have to be a graphic designer, you don't need a photographer, you don't really need to do anything at all besides prompt this AI model. What I like to do is go on Creative OS into their template section for static ads, and they pull all the top e-com brands ads and then recreate them as templates. You can scroll through here until you find one that you like. So I like one with like a strong header. I already kind of have an idea of the kind of ad that I want to create, but I want to prompt ChatGPT with an example of what a good ad looks like. So we can just download that image. We're going to go back into ChatGPT, upload both our product image and the ad example that we kind of want to mimic or take some style elements from. Now I'm just going to quickly type out the prompt that I want it to generate for me. So I told it that I'm creating an image ad for my luggage brand, and the product that I want to create a story static ad for needs to be a 9:16. And the inspiration from the strong static ad style and social proof section below is in the ad example that I linked. But I had an idea for what I wanted already, so I want the bag to look like it's off-roading in the desert, just kind of basically displaying that you can take the luggage anywhere, and that's kind of the marketing angle that I want to create. So I gave it a little bit more description of what I want that to look like, and then for the features, voice, and style, I just linked the Remoa website, so that way ChatGPT can pull from the copy that they're using on their website to kind of create this ad. All right, so I'll go ahead and submit it and see what it comes up with. All right, so it finished generating, and look how insane this is. We've got the strong headline like I requested, take it anywhere, engineered for unparalleled resilience. That's hard to say. It took everything that I wanted to into account. It's got my brand name here. It's got GQ, Esquire, all this stuff on there as well. This image ad honestly looks fantastic. This is gonna rival some of the best e-com brands out there right now. Except the difference is they're paying a bunch of designers and photographers to be able to do this. It takes us like 30 seconds. You can just prompt it over and over in different scenarios or ideas ideas that you have for your marketing angles. I mean, this is an insanely powerful tool. There's no way I could have done this without taking this photo myself. You can create so many of these so quickly, and you can also use it for product images. So if you want to post some stuff on your social media channel, or you launch like a new product for your brand and you want to just post about it, or you just want a bunch of content that you can post, you can come back on here, do the exact same thing, just plug in your product, and now we could prompt it to get an image out of it, maybe a header for our website, pretty much anything that we need. Now let's say we want to test a different ad, and maybe we're going to go for more of like a jungle approach, but in the ad we want to have these features and arrows pointing to our product. So I'll download this example. So now I'm going to say, please create a square image ad using this as an example essentially, but I want it to be in the jungle this time with arrows highlighting the features and durability of the product. All right, here we go. It generated it for us. Take it anywhere you like, engineered for longevity, travel anywhere, and built to last. Our luggage is in the jungle. It kept the tracks in there from the previous request, which is kind of funny, but I do like this. This looks really solid. Now we have our website built, our landing page built, and now we have some static ads generated by AI for us that we can start running. The next thing that we want to do to brand out our website even more is private label our product. Now through all of this, we've got our branded dropshipping store that's ready to start selling. But there is one more thing that we should be doing if you want to fully brand out your product in your store, and that is dealing with the fulfillment as well as private labeling. So if you did claim that AI built store, Zendrop is already listed as the supplier for all of those products. If you do want to take your brand a step further and fully private label it, Zendrop is able to do that. If you are wanting to get custom boxes and maybe your logo etched on your product and things like that, they do have a minimum order quantity to be able to do that for you. What I'd recommend doing first is building out everything that we just did and start testing some of those ads. And if your product, your angles, your website is all working together and you start making some sales, that's when I'd reach out to Zendrop for their customer service to get your custom packaging and private labeling on your product. But if you still want to add some customization and make it a little more branded without paying that upfront cost at first, what you can do in the Zendrop app that is on your store is go into branding, and you can add thank you cards that are custom to you and your brand. All you have to do is add your logo. Let's just pretend it's this one right here, and then you just type in your message like thank you so much, and then your whole brand voice or whatever you want to say in this message. Appreciate your purchase, here's 10% off of your next order, things like that. And if you finish typing this out and you want to see what it looks like, you can download a sample of how it's actually going to be received in the package. This is what this looks like. I just typed it real quick. But if it's not turning out the way that you want to, you can also go back on here and then go into custom, and then you can upload your own thank you card. So you can create it on Canva, you can have ChatGPT do it for you, and then just submit it here for your thank you card, and that's the one that they're going to ship out for you. Having custom thank you cards like that is really going to help you get long-term customers and make your brand feel really authentic and quality. Let's say you've done all of this and your website is fully branded out and you start making some sales. We have to fulfill our orders still, which is where Zendrop comes into play. They are a fantastic supplier of a ton of different products that you can find on their app and website. They have multiple warehouses. There's one in Miami, there's one in Shenzhen, and the best part about it is that they own them, so they have full control. And that's good for people like me and you, because when we're not touching the product, we want to make sure whoever is handling the product ships it out in a timely manner. It's not damaged. We want some form of visibility in these warehouses to be able to make sure that our orders are going out on time. Zendrop will handle all of your fulfillment for you. Again, if you did get that AI built store, it's already linked on there. If not, it's super easy to link. You just install the Zendrop app. And what's really nice is all of your orders will populate since they're synced from your Shopify store into the order section here, where here you have the option to turn on auto fulfillment. So what that means is the next day, all of the orders that came in from the previous day will be automatically fulfilled for you. You don't have to think about fulfillment at all. All you have to do is focus on marketing, creating great landing pages, testing new products. They really came up with a solution for hands-off fulfillment, and it just makes your life so much easier. If you've made it this far in the video, I'm proud of you, and I hope that you followed along step by step. And if you did, you should have your website that's branded out on a nice converting landing page. You'll also have a ton of ads that you can start testing with to see which angles are working, which ones are generating sales, which direction to take your brand and website. And then you've also got some personalization and customization with these thank you cards, as well as private labeling if you do want to get into that. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough, and I hope that you guys really take advantage of these tools right now, because it's a crazy opportunity to scale these branded stores super quickly. If you guys did enjoy this and appreciate the help, I'd love it if you guys left a like on this video, left a comment if you have any questions, and also make sure that you're subscribed so you can keep making money doing e-commerce and working for yourself and traveling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of your day.